Day. Yes, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? You're welcome to day 41 of 90 of our daily dose of Aurum Foundation, where we show you the opportunity that is resplendent right here in artificial intelligence and how we have been able to leverage on artificial intelligence to earn on a daily basis. My name is LawyerTAJ, reaching you all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, we're back from Ghana, and Ghana was an awesome experience. We have a team running there, and we'll keep growing. So every month we'll be going back to Ghana to at least help the team for straight 3 months before they get their feet. And so this is an opportunity for everyone right here. If you want to grow your team, you want to let your family, friends, and relations get to know about the opportunity, feel free to reach out to me and then let us arrange. But please, we don't go to the north yet. Please, the north is not part of it for now, right? So we just want to get started right now to reach out a global meeting. We have about 30 individuals right here. No need to wait. We're going to get started right away, and I'm going to share my screen. Once again, I want to thank you all, my wonderful co-hosts who are always present to help me handle this. I can see my brother all the way from Ghana. Cyrus, it's good to see you on the call. I'm making you a co-host. Dr. Demi, it's good to see you from the United Kingdom. Making you a co-host too. Eunice Alara, I'm making you a co-host. Faustina Arcost, one of our top members right there in Ghana too. She's here today. Thank you all for coming. It's gonna be an amazing time. And my good bros Newton, Orisha Waimi, it's good to see you on the call. I'm making you a co-host too. Right, so I'm going to jump into what we have. Brother Sam, Owiriwa, you're welcome, my brother. I'm going to make you a co-host too. Right, so I'm going to go straight up to what we have to offer. I'm going to share my screen immediately. Right, so if you can see my screen, just give me my favorite alphabet. If you are a regular here, you know my favorite alphabet. If you can see my screen clearly, give me my favorite alphabet on here. Thank you very much. The B. Yes, I can see Cyrus, Kaltume, Eunice, Mommy T of the Most High. Yeah, according to Mr. AY. Mommy T of Dubai, how you doing? Okay, so I'm going to go on to the presentation proper. Now, three things I want you guys to do before we get started. One, keep an open mind. Secondly, get your prospects to be on the call. And thirdly, the diction you're about to hear here is sacrosanct to the profession that we handle, artificial intelligence. Just like every profession, there are certain dictions that follow. And that is why, from the beginning to the end of this presentation, you're going to hear me say some certain words that mean a lot. So please take note of these words as we get started. My co host, Mr. AY, is on the call. Mr. AY, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Good to see you here. Good to also see members from different parts of the world. So you're welcome to Aurum Foundation. And what we're about to do is understanding a modern fintech ecosystem. The word fintech comes from financial technology. And so what is financial technology? Financial technology is those technologies that have been created to help our finances. An ecosystem shows an addition of all the different products put in a certain way that it's easy to understand. So once again, my co-host help me add the people as they come on the call. Welcome to Aurum Foundation. Please, guys, the name of this company is Aurum Foundation. It's not just Aurum. Because if you go online and say you want to do your due diligence to check Aurum, you will be wrong. The name Aurum has been bastardized over time. But Aurum Foundation, you're going to see good reports from scam advisors, from Trustpilot, and those wonderful Forbes and the rest. So yes, welcome to Aurum Foundation, because now this is a company that is leveraging on artificial intelligence to earn money for us. AI is not just a trend anymore. It has permeated into the world of finance and has now created in itself a new sector called artificial intelligence finance. So bear with me as we go through this for a few seconds for you to understand what we're saying. And this video will show you how you can be part of this. Just take a listen.
A new financial era is unfolding, powered by technology, driven by blockchain. Introducing Aurum, a smart AI-powered ecosystem built to create automated income on the blockchain. With automated AI trading bots, your capital works for you. No stress, no daily effort. Led by Brian Benson, former Binance director and fintech expert, affordable access, sustainable monthly returns, optional compounding, and real Visa card integration.
If you don't earn while you sleep, you'll work forever. Start where you are. Take action today.
Guys, the truth has just been told. If you don't earn while you sleep, you will work forever. Start today. Take action today and start from where you are. It doesn't matter if you're a multi-billionaire or millionaire, everybody's always looking for another stream of income. And that's why we're taking this opportunity to introduce you once again to Aurum Foundation, a fintech company in the sector called AI finance. And so, what is Aurum? Remember, I said from the beginning that we'll be using some certain words that you need to take note of, because those words are peculiar to the profession of AI. And so, what is Aurum Foundation? Aurum Foundation is a decentralized fintech company dedicated to the development of innovative crypto products and AI-powered algorithms that redefine how users manage and grow their digital assets. Emphasis is mine. This is a company that creates innovative products, both in the world of AI, in crypto, and blockchain, that helps us create, manage, and grow our digital assets. And so, before we delve far into this, I need to make us understand that we're no more in the traditional phase. We have gone past the time when if you needed to do a transaction, you would have to go to the four corners of your bank between 8 to 4 a.m., between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. to carry out transactions. We're now in the digital space, and this is enunciated by the fact that right from your bedroom, right from anywhere you are, your living room, you can carry out transactions directly from your phone. In fact, hundreds of thousands of transactions daily without leaving your house, and everything will go smoothly. One of the companies that opened my eyes to the world of digital finance is the company called Binance. Binance helped people understand what cryptocurrency services are like. And I have to tell you a little story about this company when it began in 2017. When Binance began as a fintech company, it had only three products: the Binance Exchange, the Binance Staking, and the BNB coin. And so the company was looking for investors earnestly. But because we were in 2017 and a lot of people still didn't understand that cryptocurrency is here to stay, that Bitcoin was not a scam, and that the blockchain technology is going to change how we do business, everybody was adamant. Even the governments of the world were saying, no, this is a scam. Crypto cannot exist. Money must be seen. Money cannot be virtual. This and that. Many of us who were talking about crypto then were criminalized. People were calling us all different types of names: scammer, fraudster, Ponzi, and the rest. But today, this institution is global. is accepted all over the world. And so, because of that, Binance had to sell their BNB tokens in order to raise money. And at 50 cents per unit, Binance sold their tokens and were able to raise $12 million. With $12 million, Binance decided to go into the space. And so, 2017 till now is 9 years. Today, Binance is a multi-billion-dollar company with over 300 million users globally and over 20 million users on a daily basis, guys. Before I came on the call, I've done businesses on Binance already today, about 3 or 4 transactions. So even if I paid only $1, imagine 20 million people like me using these same websites. You can imagine that that's over $20 million earned by Binance already. And so the opportunity that we have today with Aurum Foundation is the same opportunity that came in 2017 when a lot of people snubbed it and said no. The opportunity we had with Aurum Foundation is even more profound because quite unlike Binance, they had 3 products. We have a company that currently has 16 awesome products. 16, guys, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 different products. And so in understanding what Aurum is or what Aurum contends to be, it is easier to understand it from the ecosystem concept. And so please note that Aurum is not a public exchange because it has an exchange. Because Aurum has a neobank does not make it a bank. Because Aurum has 4 different artificial intelligence that is used to trade for you and I does not make it a trading company. Aurum is a fintech company with different fintech products in its ecosystem that improves the finances of its users just by usability. It is important to note here that Binance is not an exchange. Binance is not a staking company. Binance is not a P2P company. Binance is a fintech company with all these mentioned before as its products. Please know that. Aurum enters the top crypto companies to invest in 2026. You can copy this and put it on your Google, and it's going to bring out the entire article for you to read on how Aurum has continued to grow in the past 3 years to where it is now. Anytime I come onto this page, I breathe a sigh of relief. Relief knowing that this company has created something that's going to keep us growing financially. Because right here you see the 16 different products that are broken down into over 5 different headings. Talk about AI and automation, financial infrastructure, payment systems, real-world assets, blockchain, and core assets. The Aurum's use bot. So if we're going to spend time on each of these products, it's going to take too much of our time. So I'm just going to introduce the product to you and tell you what it portends, the opportunity that it holds for you if you choose to use it. The Aurum's Use AI bot is a smart AI bot for market analysis and automation on cryptocurrency. What that means is that if you, for example, have 1,000 Solana in Binance in January, you didn't look at it anymore, you're waiting for the price of Solana to shoot so that you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you leave it in January and come back this May, if you check it, it's still 1,000 Solana. Maybe the price has increased. But if you had that 1,000 Solana in the Aurum Zeus AI bot, every month you stand a chance to earn between 10 to 15% of the quantity of your crypto. The Zeus AI bot trades on Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, on Doge, on Pepe, and on Solana. And the company has said before the end of the year, we may see XRP, and TRX being part of it. And so the beauty of the Zeus bot is that it increases the quantity of your crypto. The Aurum XAI bot is the flagship product of the company. It's the product that everybody comes into Aurum with. It earns between 16 to 18% for you on a monthly basis. The Aurum XAI Pro bot does between 7 to 12% on a monthly basis. The Aurum Nero, which is the latest AI of the company, which is making the news today, earns between 30 to 32% every month. Guys, imagine you have your money spread on these different bots and you sleep and wake up and you see that money has been earned for you. It is amazing. It gives you new life. It gives you blood. It makes you energized when you wake up in the morning. You feel very happy knowing that your money is working for you. And so I want to know, for those who are in the chat box, if you have your money working for you, just type a yes on the chat and let the people know. If you have your money working for you, give me a yes on the chat. Yes, Honorable Ahmed says yes. Mamiti, a big yes. Cyrus says yes. Eunice Alaran says yes. Kai Samuel says yes. Mr. iPhone, Mr. Terrence, yes. Yes in the chat, Dr. Day. Yes, in the chat, yes. Right. So another product we're going to be looking at is the Aurum Exchange, which makes up part of the financial infrastructure that this company has worked on. Remember, the fintech product that blew Binance to become a multi-billion-dollar company today is the Binance Exchange. The same way we're gonna have this Aurum Exchange give us so many opportunities in not just keeping our coins, but also in regards to even Aurum staking, which is another product that the company has. Aurum has a neobank. So like the OPay, PalmPay, Kuda, these neobanks that we know in Nigeria, Aurum has a neobank that is denominated in cryptocurrencies and you can manage your cards on there. The Aurum Flash Loan gives you the opportunity to buy Aurum tokens as a small and put it into a system where it yields for you in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, as the case may be. The Aurum card gives you the financial freedom to travel all over the world and use the card anywhere you're going to. It prevents the third party, removes the middleman, and removes who we call the exchangers or the abokis. So you can travel all over the world with this card only, and you're well equipped. We also have payment systems in regards to the Aurum ATM and the POS. So at the end of this call, you're going to be listening to the company's game plan from now till 2035, and one of which is to have each resident in over 75 countries. So there will be an ATM on every part of the company that is open in different parts of the world. And I can imagine that these POS machines will be made available to small and medium scale enterprises to carry out business. So also they can take a part of it. In the world of the real world asset, which is a new system in life of technology, you can have real gold and own real estate from Bali, Indonesia. This gold is from Sierra Leone in Africa. And of course, that already has started, and many of us are part of it, hoping that we are going to have a wonderful time with this gold, which we're going to get when our contract expires, while the other part of the money trades for us. The Aurum network is individuals like you and I who are part of the system who's ready to grow it. And then again, remember the Aurum token? Just like the Binance token. The Binance token was what the company was able to sell in order to raise funds in 2017. But here's why our company is smarter. Instead of it to sell its token at 50 cents now, the company instead has taken advantage of the referral system where Mr. A can tell Mr. B to be part of it. And in that way, cut off millions of dollars that Aurum Foundation would have spent in doing advertisements on major media houses. That is pretty very smart. And so I've just gone through the 16 different products that Aurum Foundation has to offer. And then we'll be breaking down a little bit for you to know why we're so excited about this company. So you can see right here that there exist different services in the Aurum ecosystem, ranging from digital wallets to payment cards to financial education to technology assisted tools, transfers, trading, exchange, and global payments. And then there are so many utilities on there that if you use them, you take advantage in multiple ways. Some focus on just using the wallets, some focus on using the card. So anywhere they travel to, they don't need to carry any money. Cards denominated in USDT, they can spend anywhere. Some focus on the AI trading, having the 4 different AIs trading for you seamlessly every day and earning every day. Others focus on team building, while some focus on growing their cryptocurrencies. But smart individuals like you and I focus on using multiple fintech products in the Aurum ecosystem. And I'll tell you the resultant effect of using multiple fintech products of the Aurum Foundation ecosystem. If you continue to use multiple products in the Aurum ecosystem, there will come a time when you will eventually become a millionaire. Why? Because one of the visions of this company is to create 1,000 new millionaires from those who are using the fintech products in the ecosystem of Aurum. And at this point, I want to introduce you to the man, the myth, the legend, Brian Benson. With over 27 years of experience in the digital space, ranging from trading to tokenization to reward asset to blockchain to cryptocurrency to AI, this man is virtually everywhere, having dedicated over 27 years of his life into the industry. Today, he is a member of the Forbes Council, and being a member of the Forbes Council has nothing to do with money. It is your experience, it is what you have done, what you have been capable of, all the things that you have recreated in the world of digital finance. He's highly respected. He worked for Binance for years, helped the company grow and scale in Latin America, over 8 countries, made millions of dollars for the company. This is the brain behind Aurum Foundation. And so let's take a few minutes and hear from him the vision and the mission of the company.
We're on a mission to create 1,000 millionaires that don't have $1 million today. So if we can come up with a system whereby there's hundreds of thousands of people in there, but 1,000 of these people turn into millionaires, then those assets are inside of our platform. That turns us into a unicorn right away. And so that's really the goal that I have as an executive at the company is how do we get people that don't have $1 million today to get them to $1 million through saving, through yield-bearing assets, through a lot, compounding interest, through a lot of these things that have been around for a long time, but that not everyone in the world uses. And these are tools that are super important to get us there. So that's how we're measuring it internally is if we can get to the point where we have 1,000 people that have become millionaires through our system and through working with our products, then that gets us really close to the unicorn valuation. And we want to be a fintech unicorn. I think Binance was the fastest fintech unicorn ever in the history. I think it took less than 6 months. We used to have a slide about that in our pitch deck. So I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I've been involved in one of the fastest growing fintech unicorns in the world. And I think what we have at Aurum is actually very similar to when I started at Binance.
I think what we have at
in Aurum is similar to what we had in Binance when we began. Ladies and gentlemen, these are words of an experienced person. It is not his first rodeo. He's been here before, he has done it before, and he will do it again with Aurum Foundation. And we have our mind at rest knowing that we have a professional at the helms of affairs, not just somebody who just want to try for the first time or who just want to do it. And guess what, guys? This is not a one-man show company. It's not a company run by one man alone. And so I remember when I was not an Aurum member yet, and they told me about the business in July, I went online to check for this Brian Benson, and I saw a lot of nonsense. Some say he's AI, he's an actor, he's not real, he didn't work for Binance, this and that. And so when I met Brian Benson for the first time in January of this year in Dubai, I had to take pictures and do videos and hear from him, ask questions. And guys, honest to God, when this man speaks to you, you will know that he's passionate about Aurum Foundation. Aurum Foundation is his brainchild. Everything that the man does is Aurum. He's always thinking of how to better the company, how to make it a lot, how to bring it to a multi-billion dollar company. You know, here we were live and direct in Dubai. You can see Mommy T right there behind there taking pictures. You can see HP on there who has earned millions of dollars and who is one of Bram Benson millionaires today. This was why we were chilling up at the desert after the event, and we really had a great time, guys. Now, this is not a one-man show. Bram Benson is not the only person in this company. He doesn't totally call the shots because besides him, the first time in my life that I've seen a company have two CEOs. Leonardo Galindez is the CEO of the Aurum Exchange. Pause for a moment and ask yourself this. Why would Aurum think of putting a particular CEO in regards to exchange? It's simple. Because only the exchange itself can give this company everything it seeks. And that's why a professional like Leonardo Galindez had to be there. He's an Okbonku in his own right. He's the founder of his own exchange, CoinX. He also worked for Binance for years. And so, of course, he already knows Brian Benson. And that's why Brian Benson had to bring him, because he's a professional. He has scaled crypto infrastructures for over 300,000 users. He is able and capable. The others that make up the global team are Shane Morand. He's the Chief Network Development Officer of Aurum. Nicholas Kellan, the Head of Partnerships. Brent Folfer, he's the VC Relationship Advisor. And Tobias Bauer, who's the VC, also VC Relationship Advisor. VC here means venture capitalist. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just your 100 or 500 or 1,000 you want to put in here that will make you have sleepless nights. We have venture capitalists that have millions of dollars already invested with Aurum Foundation. The COO, the Chief Operating Officer by the name of Andrew Isaacs, was introduced to us during the event in the Maldives. They call him Mr. AI simply because his acronyms is A and I. He has over 18 years of experience in investment banking and has scaled over $23 billion in executed transactions. If you want to know how much this is in Naira, just times 23 billion times 1,300. You see if your calculator can give you the figure. And over 2 billion in digital asset deals. And so, yes, of course, I had to take a picture with him. Before war people go say this one na AI, it's not real. Look at his face now. Look at him now. Look at his nose now. Look at his ear. It's AI, Joe. It's not real. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Andrew Isaacs is real. I met him before, took pictures, and spoke with him about the future of Aurum Foundation. And that's why we are so convinced. And that's why we are not afraid. And that's why we put this Aurum Foundation on our head and hawk it everywhere we go, to the lands and to the seas, to everywhere our legs can reach. We'll reach out to let people know that the Aurum Foundation is here. Invest now so that your next few years you have nothing to do but just to chill and enjoy the benefits. Let's talk briefly once again about these different products which we've spoken about. The XAI bot has done 641.3% since inception. And inception here is January 2023. January 23 till now is 3 years, and it has made over 641.3% in profits. So if you had $1,000 here since January 2023, your 1,000 would have been $641,300. If you had $100 here, your $100, of course, would have made you over $6,413 today. And with the same disposition, I am telling you now that if you put in $1,000 here in the next 3 years, that is going to be worth well over $641,000. If you come in with 100, that will be worth 3 years from now over 6,400 and something dollars with the power of compounding. As we go on, you will understand when we say the power of compounding and what it portends for your investments. And so the company made it quite cheap for you to have this XAI bot trade for you. At $19.99, a cent less of $20, you can have these bots trade for you for 365 days, which is 1 year. So once you pay this, whatever your capital is, the bot begins to trade on it. And not only that, being the flagship product of the company, it gives you full access to all other Aurum products and services. You participate in the marketing plan that maximizes your earning potential. You join a community of ambitious, like-minded people, and you have the opportunity to travel for events, for official training, for educational programs. Guys, I've always been one who loved to travel. And that's why when I saw this opportunity and I was able, by the grace of God, to take advantage in almost a dime minute, I've been in this company for just 7 months. I've been to 3 different countries because of Aurum Foundation. From Thailand and Phuket to Dubai in the UAE to the Maldives in Southeast Asia. And then just 2 months from now, in July, we will once again be in Turkey. Guys, if you are one who loves to travel, this is the opportunity for you to be part of Aurum. You grow a team, you enjoy all expense paid trip. You can even spend your money and come along. Nobody's going to push you away. You will have the opportunity to meet people from all over the world, create wonderful relationships, beautiful friendships that last a lifetime. And so when you come in with $100, you earn 10.49%. Between 100 to 249 gives you the opportunity to earn 10.49%. So whatever money you come in with determines what percentage you will earn every month. As you can see on the figure there, from basic to standard to comfort to optimal to business, VIP luxury to the ultimate, all earn different amount of money based on the capital they come in with. With the fact that this bot earns 16 to 18%. So here's a figure that quite shows you what you can imagine your money to be on a monthly basis. So we're going to just look at the $200 package, the 5,000 and the 50,000. With the $200 you come in with, you're going to be earning 10.4%, which amounts to, in a month, $20.80. So yes, if you come in with $200, not much, you'll be earning some pieces, some cents, or maybe $1 something, some cents on a daily basis. It doesn't look much, right? By the end of the month, that amounts to $20.80, which in our naira today is about 31,000 naira. And then in 9.6 months, that is 9 months and 6 weeks, you are risk-free, means that you have earned about $400 on here. So let's look at the $5,000 contract, which gives you 13.9% every month. You're going to be doing $695 every month for the next 12 months, monthly, which amounts to $1,042,500. and then you become risk-free in 7 months and 2 weeks, meaning that you would have earned $10,000 already. If you come in with a 50K contract, you earn 16.6%, which amounts to $8,300. This you earn every month. And in 6 months, you are risk-free, means that you've earned over $100,000 already. Guys, 4 things you need to take, 4 things you need to concern yourself about this picture right here. 1, this is calculated with the fact that you are withdrawing monthly. Simple interest. So all the figures that you see here is based on what you get on a monthly basis. And this is going to run for 12 months. This is what you get every month for the next 12 months. Also, you can see that you don't need to bring anybody before your investment multiplies. You do not need to bring Mr. A or Mr. B first before your 1,000 will be 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000. Your money simply works for you as a passive investor. Another thing you note is that the higher capital you come in with, the more you earn. And in the same vein, the higher capital you come in with, the quicker you hit your risk-free mode. With those who got 50,000, which I've seen for myself, in 4 months, guys, fully compounded with the person not withdrawing anything in 4 months, this already is $100,000. Not even just 50,000. Even the $10,000, we've seen that in 4 months, fully compounded, gives you double the value of your investment. But what about when you compound it? When you say, okay, let me put this 1,000. I don't want to take anything off of it. I want to leave it for 2 years. Let me think of other things. After all, I bought different things worth thousands that I didn't use or that got spoiled, that I didn't get any benefit from. This one that I'm sending my money message, okay, let me leave it and see how far it will be. And that's how Alhaji Ibrahim came to me and said, Taj, you know what? I want to put in $500 for my son. He's in the secondary school now. I want to give him the best university education. So let's calculate it. I want to put in $500 for the next 5 years. I don't want to take anything out of it. And so we use the profit calculator in our dashboard, put in 500, investment term for 5 years, put on compound interest, meaning that he's not going to withdraw anything, and hit calculate. When he saw the figure at $3.4 million, he was in a way, even me, I was flabbergasted. I was like, wow. Guys, as we speak, this $500 is already in its 6th month and already running into thousands already, guys. And so those doubting Thomases in the midst will say, Taj, well, 500 is not bad. I can do 500, but for 5 years, guy. 5 years. You sure this company go sit there for 5 years? Are you sure this company will not crash in 5 years? And here's my answers in 4 different forms. 1, if Binance, which had only 3 products, was able to survive and then thrive in the world of digital finance, so much that they are a multi-billion-dollar company today, what would you say of a company like Aurum Foundation that has currently 16 distinct different fintech products? Of course, they are going to thrive. Secondly, the same people who made Binance successful are the brains behind Aurum Foundation. So why do you think they will not be successful? Thirdly, we're dealing with a company that has a game plan already written down and followed to the letter since 2023. So why would you not trust on a company that has a game plan for the next 9 years? If this company has plan for the next 9 years, then is it foolish for you to invest for 4 years or 5 years or even 6 years? I don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. And so this clearly shows why people like me or other fast-thinking, smart-thinking investors already have accounts for their kids, for their young ones, and give it the term of years for you to grow. The choice, they say, is left for you. But I cannot see such an opportunity and say I want to be the only rich man in my family. I must make sure I empower everyone in my family in order to earn. The Aurum card. The Aurum card was one of the powerful things that got me to the business. In fact, was the selling point that finally made me know that I was a fool, that I was foolish not to believe in the company Aurum Foundation. Sorry, guys. Right. So you can see that the Aurum card has various key advantages like you have instant access to your money. You can withdraw and spend your crypto as cash anytime, anywhere. Why? Because this card is denominated in USDT. It is fully integrated with our Aurum Neobank, so you can manage your card directly from the neobank. It supports Apple Pay and Google Pay. It pays contactless both online and offline. I used my card today to pay for my DSTV, even though it was not in my hands. High limits and low fees. You can spend up to $100,000 in a month. Competitive rates and no hidden restrictions. And guess what? There's no KYC. There's full freedom to manage and spend your asset globally. And so I'll tell you a little story. When I was introduced into this company in July, after the meeting, I said, this sounds too good to be true. Let me go and do my research. I was the research. I went online. Instead of checking Aurum Foundation, I went to check Aurum. And that's why I brought all the many nonsense I saw online. Bram Benson is not real. Bram Benson is a scammer. Bram Benson never worked for Binance. He's just an actor. Ahmed Zen is this. This one is that. I gathered all the information. I went to my team and said, you know what, you guys, please do not invest in this company because the way I'm seeing it, these people are just promising and promising and promising. They won't last till December of 2025. Some of my team members said, okay, coach, we don't hear you. No shaking, we're not going to join. Some of them too went behind me and joined Aurum. And so that's how July passed. August, close the doors. July passed. August, September. In October, I was introduced to a company who wanted to come into Nigeria, and they did a presentation, and myself and other professionals in the network marketing space, we told them, listen, Nigerians have lost too many money online to online companies. Not until we see that your company exists for what you have said and all the things that you have proclaimed, we can't do it unless you take us on a trip. And that's how we got an all-expense-paid trip to Thailand. While I was in Thailand, my good friend here, Lee O'Shea, who we have done different businesses before, built huge teams and everything crashed, called me up and said, Taj, I hear you're in Thailand. What a beautiful coincidence. Now is the time for you to see Aurum for what it really is. I'm inviting you to the leadership event, all expense paid trip. When you come, Taj, I'm almost financially free. Just 2 more months, I will be financially free. Come and see for yourself. And so I made the trip to meet him up in Phuket in Thailand. I've never met him before personally. I saw him, was so happy to see Lee and his family, had dinner and stuff, and then he took me to the hotel and paid 6 days for me. After payment, he showed me this card. He said, Taj, do you know what this is? I looked at the card and I saw Visa. I saw Aurum Infinity, Aurum, Black Card. And then the Eureka moment hit me. I said, wait, Lee, are you telling me that this company, the money you have online, you can load it on this card and spend it offline? He said, yes, Taj. Besides that, this card is denominated in USDT. What you are spending is your crypto. If you're in the US, it will bring out dollars. If you're in the UK, it's going to bring out pounds. Even if you're in Nigeria, it's going to bring out naira. I said, wow. And at that moment, it dawned on me that I was the village people that was worrying myself, nobody else. Because I did not understand, because I did not know, because I was foolish to think I was smart to do my so-called online research. Because why? Visa or MasterCard can never have anything to do with any MLM, network marketing, product-based trading, or whatsoever name you call it. They will never have any partnership to do with such a company. Visa card must have done their due diligence. MasterCard must have done its due diligence to say, yes, this company is competent enough for us to have a partnership. Do you know what liquidity do you need to have to even be a partner with this kind of business? It was clear to me that my stupid, foolish, due diligence that I said I did, I was fooling myself. Here's a company that has a card, a Visa card and a MasterCard. What more do you ask for? What more do you need? I just came back from Ghana, and every single money I spent on that trip was through the card. I paid a lot on there. Guys, this became clear to me that this company is real and legit. And on the spot, October 17th, 7:27 p.m., I can never forget, I signed up for Aurum Foundation. The rest today is history. That was 7 months ago. And I cannot tell you, after that 7 months, over $70,000 have I earned, guys. No jokes. My life has changed for the better. And so, I made a trip in January for the launching of this company in Dubai, where I got my own Visa and MasterCard. Not just a physical card, but also a virtual card. Thank you, Aurum Foundation. You could see that my face has changed here. I don't look like who get money small. I don't shop Aurum money small that time. My God, my God, my God. Guys, on my way back to Africa, I stopped at the motherland at Accra, Ghana. This country is so dear to me. I stopped over to have a good time for a few days before going back to Nigeria and decided to buy some perfumes. And the lady told me $103.95. Yeah. Okay. So I'm in Ghana now. I want to use my Visa card, Aurum Visa card. It's gonna touch. Okay. I get to hide, man. I'm not show you my PIN. I'll just put my PIN in. And it's approved. You see? Live card here in Ghana. Worked one time. You see, Aurum is wonderful. Aurum is awesome. And so, as soon as I touched down in Nigeria, got my bags, I ran to the closest ATM, and you can see the anticipation in my face right here. I was like, God, I beg, make this card work for Nigeria. Oh. No, say that Nigeria think the different normally. Oh. Before they go say one pin or one thing or one letter or one thing, not the work. And so I put it up in the Zenny Bank ATM. So I want to try the Aurum card on the Nigerian machine. Do you want the receipt? No. So charge the machine. So transaction in progress. Going. Live. Right here in Nigeria. Got the Aurum card. Okay, do you want a transaction next? I say no.
So give me my card.
Give me my card.
Yeah. Live and direct.
Live and direct in Nigeria, it worked. And so the prophecy came true from LawyerTAJ that this card even works in Nigeria. Wow, guys, I can't tell you what advantage this card has put me since January of this year. For us who are Nigerians, we know of a certain form of taxation that the government wants to put us, that this and that. Guys, they ain't got nothing on me. They ain't gonna send any money to tax. Cause my money's not on any bank. My money's in Aurum. It's in the card. It's in the different fintech products of this company, making more money for me every day as we sleep. Guys. That's why today we are on top and we keep growing. The fifth product I want to talk about is the Narrow AI. Guys, look at what this AI did in April. 30.98 just in April. May is ending now. Ask those who have been using this AI. And the beautiful thing about it is it's in a non-custodial wallet. Aurum does not have access to your money. The bot trades on in your wallet, connected via API, guys. And so, what do you have to lose? What are you scared of? Some people will say, I can't give my money to any company at this time. They've done me this, they've done me that. I'd rather have the money in my wallet. Yes, then use the Narrow. Use the Narrow because as we speak, even the Narrow has its own website. Who can help me write it out on the chat box? If you can remember, can you please write it out on the chat box, the Narrow website, on the chat box so that others can see? Yes, Dr. Demi, Narrow, now wicked AI. Yes, just found out you can compound like this, Dr. Demi, but that made me laugh. That's not news. Yes, so guys, we have wonderful products upon products upon products. We want to talk about the real world asset right here, the strategic gold partnership with Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, as we know, is blessed with gold, and so it has its own upheavals. It brought a lot of problem to the country. We have, if you've watched the movie Blood Diamond, you understand what I mean. That different people come in just to get a hand on that gold. But guess what? This partnership has unlocked over $15 million invested by EcoBank to fund and support the expansion of gold tokenization. Now, let me ask you once again. Has EcoBank not done their due diligence before they drop $15 million? The answer is yes. Of course, EcoBank must have done its due diligence. For a whole country, Sierra Leone, to say no, let me invest with this company. Let us give them the opportunity to tokenize our gold, create a blockchain, and have all our gold stated in there. Have they not done their due diligence? Of course, they must have. With such a partnership, do you think that it's not going, is a partnership that is going to end in 1 month time, or 1 year, or 2 years, or 5 years? Is gold not still mined in Sierra Leone? All these go a long way to show you that this is a company that plans to last for a lifetime, guys. We now have access to 22 to 24 karat gold, direct access to the miners. Buying these golds at 30% below the market price and have it tokenized on the blockchain, where even if you don't need the physical gold, you're going to get the tokenized version. So, like I said, 50% of your money will be used to buy the gold. The other 50 will be used to trade gold, XAUT/USDC. So besides you waiting for 12 months to cash in your physical gold, you're going to be having payments, earnings paid to you on a daily basis with what you have in the system. Guys, this is more than awesome. We're no more in a version where we say it's an online business. No, it is not. It is made even more physical because the Aurum has not just digital products, but even physical products that you and I can hold. Bukari Kaloko is the Chief of African Relations. He's the ex-Deputy Finance Minister for Sierra Leone, the CEO of Clink Mining, which is a mining company in Sierra Leone that mines gold and has over 25 years of experience in finance and banking. Guys, you can notice that every different fintech product of this company is manned by a professional that has a time-tested experience, just like all the rest we have seen earlier. We also have Nick Patel, who's also the Reward Assets Relationships Advisor. He's the CEO of Bank of Bullion, the bank where golds are being kept for respective owners. He's got over 25 years of experience in global finance and has great experience in gold trading and reward assets. We were told in the event that in Bali that Aurum Foundation has bought some hectares of land in Bali, of which a part of it is going to be used to create a real estate, like an estate of over about 300 units. And then the other part will be used to create a resort, which already is in motion. And so you and I can become part owners, co-owners of an international property with our $100, 500, 1,000 invested here. Isn't that awesome, guys? Don't you feel great knowing that not only can you have gold or have your money stored securely with a card or be a co-owner of properties all over the world, yet you can have your money keep on working for you in this system. This is awesome. The website of the company in regards to the exchange is www.aurumtrading. And when in regards to the other product called the Aurum staking, you can stake different cryptocurrencies for different percentage on a yearly basis. And you're not being stuck in the transaction. Some websites will say you must keep your crypto for 2 years without touching it, without breaking it to end that. But Aurum says no, feel free. The reward system is going to be shared not just with the company, but directly with the network. That shows you that great things are coming. If you're not a member and you're not using this exchange, you are wrong. You're absolutely wrong because there are many advantages for you to use it at its early stage. Just the way we are given the opportunity to get these BNB coins when we did transactions with Binance in the early days. In July, we will be going on a cruise ship from 16th to 19th of July 2026. These I've been looking forward to. So for everyone, our members who live in Turkey or the ones who wish to go, for those, even though you don't qualify and you want to be part of it, of course, it's possible. You can be part of it. And guess what? Because of the antivirus situation, which they say came out from a cruise ship or something, Aurum is rethinking this, if they're going to do it on a cruise or if they're going to do it on land. That goes a long way to show you a company that cares, that thinks of your betterment, and not just think of, oh, but we have paid for the entire 4 days with the cruise ship. They think of your interests, ladies and gentlemen. Aurum has secured full Canadian license with the Aurum Nero. So Aurum officially is now in Canada. By the end of this month, an office will be created on there. And then we are in the phase of expansion, licensing and expansion. Australia is already undergoing licensing, US is undergoing licensing, and over 5 other countries. In fact, there's a huge news coming in tomorrow. We're going to be having Brian Benson and Shane Moran on a call, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, 4 p.m. Ghana time, giving us fresh, clean new updates on how the company has done or the new things that they want us to know. Guys, we are in a company that keeps on updating us. We have enough products that last a lifetime. We are not afraid. Even if we see that the website is not open for one reason or the other, we are not scared that the company has vanished because we know Now, what this company is planning from now to 2025 is going to be massive. So who's this business for? Who can do this business? Who is eligible to do this business? Once again, we'll get back to Brian Benson, but my good friend John Bone, who's going to ask him this question and hear his reply.
Okay, hi guys, I'm here with Mr. Brian Benson, CEO of Aurum. We're here in Victoria, a lovely hotel. Brian's flown in just for a few hours just to meet some of the leadership team. So I guess I've got one very quick question, because I know you've got people waiting for you, Brian. I'm a guy that wants to share this project with the everyday man and woman. Okay, so the students, the tradesmen and women, the retirees. Why is it that this project is something that those sort of folks should look at?
Well, I think that's a great question, and I think it's a very simple answer. Up until the most recent sort of decade or the last few years, the financial system has been sort of rigged towards the big guy, right? And in banks, for example, they take in $1,000, they loan out $12,000, they keep all the money. And I think what Aurum is doing is putting that on its head, where we're bringing technology that people can use to make their lives better, but also they can use it to grow a business or to refer their friends to it, right? And so what we're doing is we're sharing the commissions that the banks usually keep for the executives across the entire network. And that's really beneficial to the tradespeople, to the people that have a small amount of money to invest, because they're able to not only get a strong investment here where a lot of the rewards are coming directly back to them, but they're also able to refer their friends and family or other people and make a commission off of that. So I think it's twofold. I think it's one is we're passing as much as we can on to the community, and secondly, we're giving an opportunity to people with very little investment to have some sort of business that can work for them. So.
And give them great hope for the future in what is becoming a very crazy world out there. So listen, I won't keep you any longer.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. Look forward to seeing you in Dubai.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, guys, you can hear, Madam Eunice, I'm going to take you off co-host because you're leaving your mic on and wow. Right. Dr. Demi will be handling the frequently asked questions, but just before then, let's juxtapose results that have been earned by the XAI bot for this year alone. In January, 16.85% was earned as profit. You can see in January, the trading pool was 77,144,000. So trading pool is where all our monies are put for the AI to trade with. February, the result came to 16.96. You could see that trading pool has increased to over 90 million. And 16.96% profit amounted to 13,083,000. In March, we got a monthly return of 17.02%. 17.02% as the result for March is awesome. As you can see, trading pool increased to 105. In April, 17.15. You see trading pool already is at 123 million. Guys, we are the 24th of May. But next week, we're going to be having another thing like this to show the results for May. And we're already close to 13% already. So what does it mean for you and I? If you were in Aurum in January of this year already, you would have earned over 67.98% in profits. Will your bank give you this amount? Your answer is as good as mine. And so at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I want to call on our newest host, our newest co-host, Dr. Demi from the United Kingdom, to handle the frequently asked questions on here so that he can explain how this business is from this point. Dr. Demi, the floor is yours.
Okay, sorry, I was struggling with the mic. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So one of the frequently asked questions, and I think I'm going to go a bit more than usual on this one.
Yes.
Is whether what makes Aurum different and why does this stand out? So I've done a number of I can remember half a dozen actually of yield-bearing platforms, crypto yield-bearing platform the last 7 to 8 years. And one of the principal problems with those platforms is the native token. So when you invest, most of the time they pay you back in the native token of the platform. And what eventually happens is if somebody that has a lot of volume of that token decides to dump, or the founders run short of cash and they need to liquidate their token, you're essentially going to be caught holding the bag, but the whole platform collapses. So one of the things that stands out is how you're rewarded on the yield, which is USDT. USDT is stablecoin. It's not dependent on platform. It's platform agnostic, and it will not collapse because the platform does not own USDT. Secondly, most of these other platforms that promise yield, either on crypto or forex, are usually 1, 2, at the most 3 product companies. Meaning, apart from their liquidity token and the platform, many of them don't have any other products offering, and the business model is really very thin. However, Aurum is almost, I don't want to use the word formidable, but it's almost formidable in terms of business model because there are 16 product lines. And as a matter of fact, you can say that all of them are working, except maybe for POS and ATMs that are yet to be deployed. Every other thing is working. Even the exchange is working. The card, as you've seen, the card is working. The card works everywhere in the world, works with Google Pay, works with Apple Pay, which is something that even crypto.com in its heydays could not achieve. So yeah, it's a bit different from everything else that we've encountered or I have encountered in the world of crypto. And I consider myself to be a crypto expert in some sorts. And I can tell you for free that this is very different. This is very, very different. It's not crypto. It's not trading. This is truly, truly an AI fintech company. Number 2, is Aurum a Ponzi scheme or structured fintech system? Like I said, it is a proper fintech system, a fintech ecosystem, not just system. It's an ecosystem that has many legal entities and many products. So what do I mean by many legal entities? So if you're talking from corporate law, I'm going to veer into Dr. Taj, LawyerTAJ space a bit. You set up a company as a legal entity, meaning that that company bears legal responsibility for everything that's happening there. The way Aurum has been set up, it's been set up in a way that's going to make it last for a very long time. How do I mean, and what do I mean by that? The original company, the foundation was set up in Hong Kong, then the investment company was set up in Dubai, then the neobank was set up in Poland, and now Nero is set up as an AI fintech in Canada. And I suspect very much that very soon the exchange is probably going to be launched in the US. What that means is that you cannot bring the company down. Let me just say it in plain terms. That's what it means. From a corporate strategy point of view, no single catastrophic or cataclysmic event can bring the company down because it's a group of companies across continents, essentially. So it's far from a Ponzi scheme. It uses multi-level marketing, but it's a bit different from the normal multi-level marketing because multi-level marketing just pays you when you bring somebody. This pays you based on the profits that the person you brought makes on their platform. So it's very, very straightforward. The reward system is transparent. And I think it's probably one of the most solid I've seen as well. I'm not a networking person, but I've been involved in a number of networking projects in the past, and I can see that because there's actually solid business model underpinning the platform, it makes it a bit more formidable than any possible networking platform you can have because there are products and sales are being made. So for instance, if you want to top up your card, 2% of the top-up amount goes to the card business. If you're spending the card, of course, the card is being run as an off-ramp to crypto into the real world. So they're also making money from that, apart from the money being made from either the exchange or the trading AI bots. And when people talk about regulatory framework is in the context of geography. So if you say under what regulatory framework does Aurum operate, I've just explained the legal entities and the countries that they've opened up in. So in each of those countries, each of those legal entities are operating within the standard existing regulatory framework. So Aurum Foundation in Hong Kong is operating within the regulatory framework in Hong Kong. Aurum Investments in Dubai, same thing. Aurum Neobank in Poland is operating within the European Union financial standards operate on a regulatory framework. So in each of the entities, if you understand how the legal entities have been built, you understand that each of the legal entities are operating within standard regulatory frameworks within their own specific countries. So in terms of what the bases are covered, yeah, the bases are covered. Somebody was asking if you have your money anytime. Well, you need to structure your question a bit more because it depends on which of the platforms or which of the products you are using. So can I withdraw my capital? Yes, you can withdraw your capital. How does the withdrawal process work? That's what I said. It depends on which of the platforms or which of the products. So if I take Nero, which is one of the newest products, for instance, you can withdraw your profits immediately. Like while we're on the call here, I had withdrawn the profits that the Nero bot made between yesterday and 3 days ago, because it was 3 days ago that I found out that it could work like Zeus and it could withdraw and then bring back the money as top up. So yes, you can withdraw. The withdrawal process usually takes about 48 hours off any of the products. So you can stop the activity of either any of the bots or whatever it is, and then you can withdraw. For XAI bot, there's an exception in that I think withdrawal used to be limited to 1st, 10th, and the 20th of the month. But after that, on each of those days, you can withdraw, and it will take about 48 hours or thereabout for the money to clear. And then you can move, for the money to clear to wherever you want to move the money to. Is there a risk involved, and how is that risk managed? If you wake up and sleep every day, you are operating on a very long-term risk framework because waking up and if you're stepping out of your house is a risk, and there are all kinds of permutations of terrible things that can happen within 100 meters of you leaving your house. So is there risk involved? Of course, there's risk involved in everything. How is the risk managed? So depending on what risk you are trying to address, there are constitutional risk, which constitutional risk meaning risk that are embedded within the platform itself, and there are user risk and access risk. So for instance, your password can get stolen, or you can lose your phone. It takes your password and your two-factor authentication. That's a user risk. There's nothing the platform can do about that because the platform has made sure that there is two-factor authentication to make sure that people's money don't just disappear. And the 48-hour lag actually is also a good one because it means that if somebody is trying to drain an account, it will take 48 hours before it takes effect. So there are proper risk management that are embedded in the platform itself. The bots themselves are proper. They have proper risk management. I've seen the performance of Nero real life. I'm seeing all the trades it's taking. They have proper risk management embedded in all the algorithms and all the artificial intelligence bots. And that's why they've been able to still make that kind of profit. So is the profit per day fixed? No, the profit per day are not fixed. The returns are generated based on predefined rules. So if you've ever, I've traded Forex for a while. They are what you call trading strategy. In your trading strategy, you determine how much you are aiming for and how much losses you are determined to take, how much trades you are going to take of consecutive losses before you stop, and what your target is. If you make so amount of profit, are you going to continue trading or are you going to stop? So XAI bot, for instance, I noticed that it looks like it's been programmed around the 17.5, 18% range of total profit limit. And what do I mean by that? It's usually aiming for between 0.25 and 0.7 daily profit. So on most days, once you hit about 0.5, you see that the activities are stopped. I noticed that on Zeus as well. So yes, the profits per day are not fixed. It's based on the trading strategy that's been embedded in the AI bots. So what happens during market crashes of volatility? That's the bread and butter of trading. If you know how to manage volatility, you make a lot of money. So yeah, the bots just follow the momentum and trade. They have their own set of rules. There are no emotions applied. It's just algorithmic decision making. So whether the volatility is high or whether the market is crashing, if you took a position in buy and the market is crashing, the market will take out its stop loss and you take a position in the opposite direction. That's how bots operate, and that's how the AI agents will operate as well. And that's why they're consistently profitable. It's not like they're not making losses, it's just that they're making more profits than losses. Why should you join now instead of waiting? That question makes me laugh. I wish I joined earlier. I joined in January, and I will tell you that you better join now. And the reason I say that is because once Aurum gets to the United States, it's going to blow out big. They might not be able to continue with some of the incentives that they have now. That's my only, personally, that's my only fear about Aurum. That some of the very big incentives that they're giving now, they might not be able to give that anymore, because when people see the performances of these bots, I tell you, US is a massive market. And I understand why they're taking their time to get there. So if you don't join now, you'll be hearing the stories in the news in the years to come about how many people became millionaires and billionaires because they positioned early. So, again, it's not financial advice, and don't trade money you can't afford to lose. But if you can't afford to lose money, then you can't afford to make money. Thank you very much. Over to you,
You're not done. You're not done yet. Continue.
Okay. Is there any other question?
No, do this one. Talk a little bit about this, and then the video.
Okay, so I think that in the categories of products that Aurum has, it's only the payment systems that's not out yet, and the blockchain core assets. And I think I understand why they're delaying on that. In the previous era, maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago, you could come up with a promise. And I mean literally a promise of the product you are going to build. And on the basis of that, you go and do an IPO. On the basis of that, you sell a token and you make money. But Aurum is flipping that on its head completely, because they're deploying the products before me. In fact, they're deploying the product as they're making the promises. And that's one of the things I was watching out for. Even when I deployed some capital, I was watching out to see how they were going to perform versus the roadmap timeline. And I can tell you, since I've joined Aurum, it's been 100%. Like everything that's been promised per timeline has been delivered to time. The promise on reward assets, bam. The promise on, in fact, Nero we didn't see coming when they delivered. The card had already been delivered before even most people found out about it. So yeah, if you look at the broad category of, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 broad categories. The only ones that are not fully active is the blockchain and core assets and the payment system. And that one takes time because the Aurum network will need to be a blockchain on its own. So it takes time. I mean, it took Binance probably like 5 or 6 years to go from Binance token to Binance chain that we know today. So in terms of infrastructure, I think that infrastructure is already on ground. The staking is the one that I think is not yet fully on board. But in terms of the exchange, I just logged on to the exchange for the first time today, and I just checked it out. The exchange is live. The neobank is working through Telegram's operating system. Flash loan is live. The card is live. Like LawyerTAJ, I have my own card now. The real world asset is already talked to you about the real world asset. In terms of the automation, so there are 5 generations, as you can see: the Zsbot, the XAI, the XAI Pro, the AI agents, and the Nero quantum AI trading bot. Trading agents. Now, I don't know for how long this is going to be legal, by the way, but these returns are insane. They are truly insane. I mean, I work for an investment bank right now, and I've been trading for more than a decade. These returns are insane. Like, there is no, in fact, for a traditional finance person, they're not going to believe you when you say that, there are products that can produce this kind of yield. I mean, venture capitals will be very happy to have 20%, 25% yield in a year. Very, very happy. Like, even hedge funds will be like, it will be like their year has been made. So to be able to return that on a monthly basis is massive results. If you are thinking about somebody was asking me, he said, okay, how do I manage my risk? I said, okay, if you want to manage your risk, why not go all in and pull out in 4 months, or pull out your capital in 4 months and sit down on the sideline and watch? But I said, I don't think it's a wise idea, but you can give it a try. But with everything that Aurum has put in place, you can tell there's a proverb where I come from in Nigeria that says, the eye that will see you to old age will not start discharging from an early age. Like, if your eyesight is going to be good in the future, it's going to be very strong. And I mean, there's another one that says, a small child who's going to be smart will have been smart from when it was small, not that the smartness will come in the middle. So if you look at the positioning and the way the organization has structured themselves and how they've been moving in the past 5 months that I've seen this, I think they're positioning for the long term. And I think that you can tell the height of a tree by the depth of his roots. Mm-hmm. I think they are taking very strong roots deep into the ground. So that's what I would say in terms of the ecosystem.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you for breaking it down so easily. If you like what Dr. Demi has done, let's say a big thank you to him on the chat box. Thank you very much for that. Welcome. Now, what we're about to see is the game plan of the company. We started from 2023 up all to 2035. You can take a pen and a paper and take note of the timelines that this company has set out for you to see that, yes, the company knows what it's doing and it's going to be awesome even in the next coming years.
February 2023. The world was still living by the old financial logic, but we wanted to create an ecosystem that would unite artificial intelligence and finance to make asset management simple, scalable, and secure. That's how Aurum was born. The starting point was EXAI Bot, the first AI-powered trading solution, an algorithm that laid the foundation for an entire era. From that moment, we began expanding at the speed of light. We've built and are implementing a vision that includes trading AI bots, exchanges, neobank, crypto cards, and real-world asset tokenization, official registration in Hong Kong, and the first features in global media. The creation of Aurum Neobank, the launch of Zeus AI Bot, and the flash loan license surpassing $1 million in profits. The opening of our headquarters in Dubai, where hundreds of industry leaders gathered. The world started to talk about us. We were featured by Binance, Benzinga, Crypto Reporter, and Blockchain Wire. Forbes called us the new infrastructure of global finance, but this is no time to pause. We're gaining momentum. We launched Aurum Academy, strengthen our team, and appoint Brian Benson, a professional with 27 years of experience, as our CEO. Global events in Vietnam, Dubai, and Antalya, thousands of cards sold, and the launch of the AI agent ecosystem. Today, we stand on the stage of Token 2049 Singapore, alongside the leaders of Binance, Tether, KuCoin, and Tron. And this moment once again proves Aurum is a global ecosystem of worldwide scale. But the most important part, this is only the beginning. The next decade will be one of expansion. In 2025 to 2026, we bring Aurum Neobank to the mass market. Hundreds of thousands of users, millions of transactions. The launch of Aurum Exchange, which reaches $5 billion in trading volume within its first year. AI bots manage over $100 million in assets. The first 5,000 cash-in and withdrawal terminals appear. Aurum establishes its presence in 10 countries and secures its position in the global market. In 2027 to 2028, we raise the bar. Neobank reaches 2 million users and 1.5 million cards. During this period, Aurum Dex, a next-generation decentralized exchange, launches. Personalized AI-based services emerge. Credit scoring and capital management. The first RWA deals worth $500 million are integrated. The terminal network expands to 20,000 points across 20 countries. By 2029, Neobank evolves into a super app. Flight bookings, taxis, car rentals, food delivery, while transactions exceed $20 billion. Aurum Dex cements its position within the ecosystem with $5 billion in trading volume, becoming a key element of Aurum's DeFi direction. AI agents operate for hundreds of thousands of businesses, and RWA grows to $5 billion. Aurum becomes an ecosystem that accompanies users every day. In 2030 to 2033, we reach global scale. Neobank's user base hits 12 million and over 10 million cards. Inside the super app, 15 to 20 integrated services and partnerships with 500 global brands. Aurum Exchange reaches $90 billion in trading volume and enters the top 10 global crypto exchanges. The terminal network expands to 100,000 plus locations across 50 plus countries. The annual Aurum Global Summit gathers 5,000 leaders. By 2033 to 2035, Aurum Neobank enters the top 5 global neobanks with a valuation of $10 billion plus. Aurum Exchange remains in the top 10, while Aurum Dex surpasses $20 billion in trading volume. AI manages over $5 billion in assets, and RWA exceeds $20 billion. We are present in 75 countries, with 1,000 global partners and over 100,000 terminals. The Aurum Global Summit brings together 10,000 industry leaders. Aurum becomes the symbol of a new financial era, a system that made finance accessible to everyone, a story that has already transformed the industry, and a future that already belongs to us.
Guys, that brings us to the end of the presentation today. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. I'm going to run through.
See if there are any questions on there that we can handle. But if you have any question, feel free to raise up your hand and ask a question so that we can take it on there. Thank you, Dr. Demi. Thank you, Dr. Demi. A lot of thank you on here. Dr. Demi, you are automatically drafted into the Global Presentation Committee. You will now have to start presenting from now on. Very important. Okay, so any questions? Do we have any questions on here? Does anybody want to know something? There's something that is not clear. In the absence of no question, tomorrow we have our prospect meetings still ongoing. Do you have any questions? Okay, so I will take it that there's no question. Everybody here is quite really understood everything that we have done here, and Dr. Demi has done a wonderful job in breaking down the question. So I'm sure there's really nothing more to ask. Thank you all for coming on the call today. We'll be doing this same time. We'll be doing this tomorrow, and hopefully we all can make a difference in our lives. All we just need to do is show up and be persistent. And one day, we will see the power of what we are doing. So thank you all once again, all 32 of you, for staying till the end of the call. Tomorrow is another weekday, another day for work. So let's put in the work and make a difference. So goodbye, everyone. God bless you. You can feel free to unmute yourself and say your goodbyes, and God bless you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Taj. Goodbye, LawyerTAJ.
Goodbye, my brother Kumatik. Goodbye, Mommy T.
Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.
Good night,
Goodbye, my people.
everyone.
God bless you all.